So with the amazing reception on last week's brand new series launch, the Regens Only Rebuild Challenge, we're back at it again, better than ever, taking on another major European powerhouse, Real Madrid. The Bernabeu is going to experience a major switch up as Mr. Regen's youth revolution is coming to town and a fresh batch of Galacticos are about to be born. As per usual, we're trusting in the fictional future stars of tomorrow to rebuild the club back to the top of world football. So here are all the rules and objectives of the Regens Only Rebuild Challenge. Number 1, our main duty and priority is to force the whole entire squad into retirement by the end of Season 1. Drastic changes are on the way as we have to sign their Regens and Youth Academy players only from Season 2, applying our faith only in the players the game has to regenerate for us. Number 3, in terms of silverware, we have to win the league, a cup, and the Champions League final, which we will go ahead and play. And unlike other challenges, we are unrestricted. We have an unlimited time limit to go ahead and complete the challenge. Now that you're down with the rules, let's get straight into it. It's the second installment of the Regen Rebuild series, and we've definitely learned a thing or two from our first attempt with Barca. Nonetheless, keep any constructive feedback coming down in the comments below. We're still trying to perfect the rules and objectives week on week, and also suggest down below what club should be next for a Regen Only Rebuild. Los Blancos are in for their fair share of mayhem today, and like always, I can't wait to pioneer the new Regen era here at Real Madrid. And as always, if you're going to enjoy the video and want this to be a regular series, smash that like button down below, subscribe with notifications on, and you'll be seeing more Regen Rebuild content in the future. As we've addressed, this is the usual first starting 11, but with a major twist hiding in between the cracks. That's right, we've pulled it off again, and every single player is hanging up the boots come the end of the first season. All 36 of them are retiring, and Real Madrid are going to be left with bare bones. They're going to be left with nothing. We're going to find out what players the club is left with after the entire squad just walk out the door. We're also going to discover what Regens will be able to sign come the start of Season 2 and bring it on, because we have got the cash to splash. So then let's get it started. What are we waiting for? We all know it really starts to kick off in Season 2. Season 1 is just a bit of a write-off, waiting for the entire squad to retire. And we've got a few tricks up our sleeve. We've improved upon things that we've learned from the first video and what you guys left down below, so make sure to watch all the way through. We've got a few surprises incoming. Not that it really matters, but this is how the team finished off in Season 1. They finished in 3rd in La Liga with 102 points. They qualify for the Champions League next year, and the new Regens in the squad are going to be thrown straight in the deep end. They did end up taking out the Supercopa de España, and also in the Copa del Rey, they lost on penalties 4-3 to Barcelona. And as the Champions League saw them get knocked out 4-0 in aggregate to Bayern Munich, it was a mediocre season at best in accordance to Real Madrid's lofty standards, and get used to it, Madrid fans, because there is plenty more of that to come in the future. Wave goodbye to your favorite stars and your favorite Galacticos. Alright then, we're going to end it off there. Let's see what Mr. Regen has to work with in Season 2. It is where we're really going to get the ball rolling and make some big power moves in terms of this rebuild in the long term. Season 2, bring it on. We are left with just a bunch of random free agents. It's a pretty unique and weird concept to think about, and the board have had to do some work over the summer, otherwise we would have been left with absolutely nothing. It's besides the point, because they're going to become pretty irrelevant soon. We're kicking off our Regen shopping right now. The research, the scouting, and the findings have been complete. Now it's time to go ahead and splash that cash. So the first signing of this Real Madrid Regen rebuild will be Richie Noslinger. He's a Belgian goalkeeper, and we always start off with the goalkeeper. It's usually one of the best Regens. He's arriving from Mallorca, fellow La Liga club, for £13.2 million, and you guessed it, it is Thibaut Courtois' Regen. He's already at 75 overall, showing great potential. A massive aesthetic change is also happening within this video. We have the same number that Courtois had, the number 13. Noslinger, his Regen, will carry it on, so you guys can understand and follow along to see which player is which. They will receive the same kit number as their predecessor. It was left by someone in the comments down below. I'll put it on screen, but it was an awesome suggestion, and we're going to do that throughout this video, so make sure to watch out. And now we're delving into the midfield department with our second signing here for £13 million, Justin Bacalaurs, which just sounds like a final boss battle at the end of a video game. He's joined the club from Valencia in La Liga, the number 8. You might have already guessed it by his number, but it is Toni Kroos's Regen. He's an exciting prospect at 18 years of age, and he's probably one of the most valuable so far, £10 million. More changes, more improvements are coming to the Regen rebuild, and this summer summer transfer window, all the business is just getting started. Unless you come across these regens in the free agents like Gareth Bale's regen, Eder Militao's regen, and of course Luka Modric's regen, which was spawned in the free agents. That'll sometimes happen. It was something I did have to learn from last regen rebuild, and this time we've made up for our mistake, and it's Gareth Bale, Eder Militao, and of course Luka Modric that'll be joining the squad from free agents. We got him on a free. It's a bargain we can't resist. And we are just locking down this goalkeeper position. We have signed a backup for Courtois' regen. It will be Alexander Kucheruk for £1.3 million. It is of course Lunin, the Ukrainian goalkeeper's regen. Unfortunately, he didn't really have a number considering he was loaned out, but he's going to be a solid backup keeper. We've given him the 21 for now, and he will be our second choice in between the sticks. And we've done it yet again. We've managed to purchase another major regen signing. It's our most expensive yet, and it is £17.9 million we've had to shell out for Granada's own Pierre-Yves Mamilione. Obviously, I don't really know how to pronounce French names, but you all know him. You all love him. It is Raphael Varane's regen. He has potential to be special. This is probably one of the best regens we've picked up so far. He is carrying on the legacy of that number 2 shirt at Real Madrid, and you bet he's got his name all over that starting 11. So, Mamilione, welcome to Real Madrid. Step aside, Takefusa Kubo, the regenerated star set to take over your legacy is Yushi Aoki. Now, that kind of reminds me of Yoshi and Steve Aoki, the DJ. I don't know. These names are just absolutely ridiculous, and I'm loving every second of it. For £1.6 million, we picked him up from Granada, and the 18-year-old right mid, as you can tell, is Kubo's regen. 100% confirmed. He's showing great potential, and it's always weird seeing the young wonder kids, you know, retire and then become brand new regenerated wonder kids. It's a weird feeling. A lot of you guys were feeling the same in the comments of last video, but hey, that's the name of the game. The Takefusa Kubo regen. Welcome to Mr. Regen's Revolution. And of course, 2 of our free agent deals have pulled through with Gareth Bale's regen. Robbie Jeffries, the right winger, 18 years of age. He's showing great potential as well as Eder Militao's regen. We've got them in the squad for peanuts. We're still working on that Modric deal, but those are 2 out of the 3 free agents done. And of course, Gareth Bale's regen getting the number 11, and Militao's regen getting the number 3. And we are pulling through with some major big money moves right now as we pick up Alan Kardec, Patricio Bottalejo. That is a mouthful to say the least, but as you can see, it's another one of those wonder kid retirements. It is Vinicius Jr.'s regen. He has potential to be special, and he's up there with one of the best regens we've signed in the squad so far. Valued at £10.5 million. He's already 74 rated, and he's arrived from Mallorca, the young 18-year-old Brazilian. And here is the regen you've all been waiting for. It is Eden Hazard's regenerated star right here at Girona. He can play left wing and striker, which is how you know that is the regen. They play the exact same positions, exact same nationality, and regenerated in the same league. Unfortunately, he only has medium-low work rates. Never mind, he has 4-star skill moves, 3-star weak foot, which is bearable enough. And yeah, he is going to be another brilliant addition for £14.6 million. Welcome, Babacar Omionga to Real Madrid. And if you thought one regenerated wonder kid Brazilian winger wasn't enough, we've gone ahead and picked up Eder Luis de Oliveira for £11.2 million. And you've guessed it, he's arrived from Girona again. He's picked up the number 27 kit number. That's another dead giveaway. It is going to be Rodrigo's regen. He's going to be writing his name in Real Madrid history. As you can tell, he is a promising star. He's going to link up with the team as another major regen signing. We can't stop. We won't stop, to be honest with you, as we have so much more business to do, and we're just ticking off player after player. That is Karim Benzema's regen, William Rimane, the centre forward, for £3.7 million. I was expecting him to be a bit higher rated, but he does have potential to be special. But no, it looks like the 18-year-old is surely set to prosper yet again at the Santiago Bernabeu. He's continuing on the Frenchman's legacy, and he's joining up with Mr. Regen's Real Madrid. As you guys know, we have to do most of the business in the first transfer window that we get available, which is season 2. We have to start spending most of our money right here in season 2. That's why it's a bit of a slow burner, just getting all these players in the roster, starting to filter out all those free agent deadwood players. Eduardo Firmino, this time joining us from Alaves, £4 million for the 17-year-old defensive midfielder. He's an exciting prospect, and you've guessed it already, it is Casemiro's regen. And don't you worry, we're changing the Brazilian's kit number to number 14, just like his predecessor. Something that happened last rebuild that I had no idea about until you guys guys informed me in the comments was pre-gens. Go watch last episode, you'll find out. We have not come across it yet. There are a thing called pre-gens where they regenerate before they retire. If you guys didn't realize, we just picked up the Dani Ceballos regen right there. Sergi Atienza Villa, the CM/Cam we bought for £3.4 million from Alaves. Some more quick fire deals we're going to pull off here will be Reguilon. He is regenerated over at Atletico Madrid. Varo Lara is his name. We're going to quickly go ahead and pick him up as well. It is Nacho Fernandez, the very versatile defender. He can play literally anywhere along the back line. For £2 million, it's another player to add to the squad. A lot of the same clubs are holding all these regenerated stars right now, and Ignacio Garcia Villa is just another one of them. He's the Isco regen, £2 million on the dot, so a good deal there, and another Spanish midfielder is signing on with Real Madrid. And you guys should know exactly who this regen is, just basically looking at their nationality. It is the one, the only Martin Odegaard's regenerated star. Adrian Kitolano, another regenerated wonder kid. It seems weird for them to retire, but that is the world we are living in right now. For £2.1 million over from Atletico Madrid. He is just another piece to add to the puzzle, so welcome to the regen revolution, Kitolano. And it is time to get a hold of Darko Lialic. I have no idea how to pronounce his Serbian name, but he is the striker, 17 years of age. It is, of course, Luka Jovic's regen. He hasn't really lived up to the billing in real life, who's fallen beneath the shadows. He hasn't really had the best season. So let's pray that his regen could get his career back on track, rewrite the wrongs, and we're going to pick him up for 800k. It's a bit of a cheap one. And Real's brand new Brazilian in real life, Rainier Jesus. We have gone and searched for his regen. He is hiding over at Real Betis. The centre forward/Cam is another high potential Brazilian that Real Madrid seem to just have an unlimited supply of. They've got these guys on tap right now, and they just love a Brazilian wonder kid. Lucas Liete da Silva will be joining us, and he'll be linking up with some fellow Brazilian stars. Junior Escorcia is, of course, the James Rodriguez regen. It was quite simple, quite easy one to work out. The Cam CM/right mid. He's out of Granada, and we picked him up for just over £1 million. James will be making his return to the Bernabeu. We did manage to pick up Perg, which is Valverde's regen, and he's the Uruguayan CM/CDM. He's got 5-star skill moves for some reason, but the 66 rated Uruguayan has been the latest star to join the squad. And after our massive batch of negotiations finally came to a close, these were the last few transfers we have pulled off. There are a few minor ones, but here with Valentin Lombardo, that is Benjamin Mendy's regen. He has potential to be special. It kind of makes me want to switch back to a maybe 4 at the back formation to include him in that left back, but we're going to have to see how he progresses. We picked him up from Mallorca for £1.75 million. We managed to purchase the Oscar regen, who is currently out on loan at Leganes right now. He's a young up-and-coming Spanish Cam for £1.6 million over from Valencia. He's showing great potential. And for £1.6 million, he arrives from Girona. Once you look at his nationality, it's pretty simple. It's the man out on loan at Borussia Dortmund right now in real life. Achraf Hakimi, the right back, and he's also another reason why I want to switch back to a 4, maybe 5 at the back formation. He's an exciting prospect, and Walid Mahand Mahamendi is a brilliant name 1, and number 2, he looks like an outstanding player. And our free agents masterclass continues to run rampant right here with the signing of Vedran Major, and he is, of course, the Luka Modric regen. He has potential to be special, and he's arrived from the free agents. Not a penny to spend on him. Valued at £2.1 million, the 18-year-old will pick up that number 10, of course, in homage of Luka Modric. His work rates are pretty decent with a high attacking, low defensive, 3-star weak foot, 3-star skill moves, and he's got some absolutely world-class stats as a teenager, which you've got to admire. So it's another regen rebuild and another case of mistaken identity. We had it last time out with Messi's regen, 2 Argentinian right wingers who played the exact same position. I couldn't tell apart who was who, but in this case we have 2 Spanish right backs. One is Dani Carvajal's regen and one is Sergio Lopez's regen. So here he is in all his glory. It is Juan Manuel Diaz Sanchez, another elongated Spanish name, but the centre back is, of course, Sergio Ramos's regen, a club captain, a club legend at Real Madrid, and he is beloved by all Galacticos fans. He arrives for 900k, and this is one, it doesn't really translate into his regen. Like, I thought his regen would have been at that Varane level where we see him already at a 75 overall, has potential to be special, but for now, we've got better players ahead of him, and Ramos's regen needs to pick it up. We were definitely not going into this transfer window lightly. We were going to make deals upon deals, and we continue to do that here. We're stockpiling up on our Spanish regen talent, and for £1.5 million, it's another wonder kid arriving from Girona. It will be Elias Ramos Pinazo. The Spaniard is an exciting prospect, left wing, and of course he is Asensio's regen, so he gets that favored number 20. And the mistaken identity continues here with Varela Martin. I'm not too sure if it's either Asensio or Brahim Diaz. For £1.4 million, he arrives from Mallorca, the 17-year-old, of course. And even though this squad slash formation doesn't really incorporate wingbacks in it whatsoever, we're still showing some love to the legends of seasons gone by. It will be Sebastiano Jesus Silva, the Brazilian left back. You've all guessed him by now. It will be Marcelo returning. That is his reincarnated player. Doesn't match the hairstyle, doesn't match the skin color, but you know how regens are these days. They're just completely randomized. And don't worry, I haven't forgotten his vintage number 12 jersey that he will be keeping forever. And just a few minor signings in order to wrap up this transfer window. We've basically signed about 95% of the squad back, I'd say. But here we have our third choice goalkeeper. It will be Alphonse Areola's regen, Juanis Pellegrini. He was, of course, on loan from PSG, so that's why he's spawned back in Ligue 1. Stade Brestois is where he arrives for 500k. And then Diego Cordero Velez is arriving for £1 million. The 19-year-old right winger from Mallorca is, of course, I think it's Lucas Vazquez regen. That's it. There's too many Spanish wingers in this squad. I'm going to get a headache by the end of this video. And it was an opening summer transfer window where we spent £122.7 million on new regen players, getting the old band back together in their regenerated forms. If you take a look at it, we've scrubbed up pretty nicely after all those transfers and all those regens have come together in this team. This is definitely a side to be reckoned with in the future. Mr. Regen, he's got a hell of a task on his hands. Let's get straight into the simulating and see how we shape up at the end of season 1. In what was some pretty terrible competition in terms of the relegation battle, it is the Real Madrid Regens coming out on top, finishing in 17th. That's all that matters. Just staying in the first division in the first season is so crucial that they ended up getting the 22 points and that guaranteed safety. There was no luck in the Supercopa de España as of yet. A 3-0 elimination in the semi-finals to Atletico. And it seems like we're going to have to get used to this for now. On the Copa del Rey, they got knocked out 3-0 to Huesca in the round of 32. And unfortunately, yeah, they had to participate in the Champions League this year thanks to the success of all their retired predecessors. I mean, we can't criticize them all too much. Our main aim was the league and staying up in the first division. They've done exactly that, so we can't, criticize their continental or cup performances. We're only going to get better from here on out. Here are our main performers. It is the Eden Hazard regen, our number 7, Babacar Omiyonga, the Belgian, with 12 goals and 1 assist. It will be Vinicius Jr.'s regen with 7 goals. Robbie Jeffries, you all know Gareth Bale's regen with 4 goals. It is Takefusa Kubo's regen, doing surprisingly well, 3 goals for him. 2 goals for Reda Militao's regen in at centre back. And then we have Benzema's regen, who looked like he picked up a bit of an injury. Didn't really have a season to remember, only scoring 1 goal and getting 2 assists. And as you expect, business is booming on the growth and overall upgrade sides. The stats are only going to get bigger and better throughout the years. This, of course, is only the start of our long and epic journey towards the Champions League trophy and all those pieces of silverware. As we arrive in season 3, we've capitalized on another old veteran retiring. This time, it is the Italian stallion in goal, Gianluigi Buffon. He's hung up the gloves and now he's regenerated into this man, Mattia Basoli. 19 years of age. We've picked him up from Parma in the Serie A for £6.2 million and he's showing great potential. He's going to be another great backup goalkeeper we can utilize. We always love bringing in some outsider regens into the team, and this is no different. Basoli, welcome to Real Madrid. So season 3 has come to a close. I was expecting some improvement, but this was drastic. I mean, they just leapt up the table from finishing in 17th to now 6 places higher in 11th, 42 points this year. It's the 3rd season in. They've been together as a collective for 2 years, so this is showing already brilliant signs. See where we got knocked out in the Copa del Rey. It was a 4-1 defeat to Getafe in the round of 16. No European competition for the regen Real Madrid heroes this season. Nonetheless, these were our best performers in La Liga and the Spanish Cups. Here we have, I believe this is the Vinicius Jr. regen. Yeah, it is. Patricio Botalejo. I'm absolutely slaughtering these names. I apologize, but 11 goals and 2 assists for him. It is the Eden Hazard regen, Omiyonga, the number 7 with 10 goals and 2 assists. He's progressing absolutely brilliantly there. Already at an 83. The Luka Jovic regen is really stepping up here with 7 goals and 2. It is Rimane Benzema's reincarnation, 5 goals and 2 assists for him. Our most favored cam right now, the Dani Ceballos regen, Atienza Villa, getting 3 goals and 4 assists. It is Gareth Bale Brazil's Robbie Jeffries with 2 goals. Mr. Regen is working wonders. He's doing a madness right now, and it is only upwards and onwards from here. Season 4's never looked so good, so let's get straight into the action. And just as we started off last season with a signing, we're going to do exactly that right here for Season 4. Feast your eyes on Gabriel Ayrton Aviciendo Lima. We're just going to call him Lima for now. And he arrives from fellow La Liga club Levante for £19.2 million, and the 19-year-old Brazilian centre-back will tracking Thiago Silva, and you guessed it, that is his regen right there. He retired at Barcelona, and now guess what? The rivals have gone and picked him up. He's become a Galactico, and now the 77 rated Lima will be joining up with the Regen Revolution. So now with Season 4 out the way, it looks like the Regens have only gone one place up in the rankings. They've cracked the top 10. They are finishing smack bang in the middle of the league, 10th position for them. And in the Copa del Rey, it was our biggest run yet, finishing in the quarterfinals. We only got eliminated on penalties to Sevilla 4-3, so that was a decent little showing there. Now it's time to showcase our top performers, and here we have De Oliveira. Rodrigo's Regen really stepping up with 18 goals and 6 assists. Babacar Omiyonga, you all know Eden Hazard's Regen, 18 goal contributions for the Belgian. We do have Vinicius Jr.'s Regen. The Brazilians are taking over here at Real Madrid, 12 goals for him, 1 assist to show for it. Remain also with 5 goals and 2. And then we have Bacalaurs. He copped 11 assists and 2 goals to show for this season. And the German Toni Kroos Regen is really transforming into a midfield powerhouse, as Richie Nosslinger takes out most of the appearances there with 38, 1 assist on top of his 5 clean sheets this season. It seems like things are really developing along at a rapid pace, so I'm proud of the lads so far. Let's see what they can achieve in Season 5. And the real lack of a strong midfield presence in this squad has made me pursue a brand new midfield presence, and it will be another Brazilian in this team. I mean, this Real Madrid squad, it might as well be the Brazilian national team at this rate. £19.2 million forked out for Leonardo Fortuna Santos. He arrives from Udinese in Serie A, and I can confirm he's the Fernandinho Regen. He's an exciting prospect, already rated at 78, and I just have a gut feeling. I just know that he can excel here at Real Madrid alongside his fellow Brazilians in the squad. Let's hope that midfield department gets a major upgrade with this signing. And it's a 6th place finish to close off Season 5. The Real Regens have done it, and they have qualified for Europa League, finishing in that 6th position, 71 points, and that is a wonderful end to La Liga. As we take a look at the Copa del Rey, how have they done that? Won the Spanish Cup. That would have got them Europa League qualification nonetheless, but they made sure of it by finishing 6th in the league. And that is an upset to cause, because Barca have been dominating ever since we started this save, and they've only gone and nicked it in the final. A brilliant El Clasico to really rub salt in the wound. And it's the start of something special. It is their first piece of silverware, the Spanish Cup, and we've got to take that momentum into Season 6 if we want to go ahead and go further, qualify for the Champions League. But this is how we're looking going into our first Europa League season as well, balancing multiple competitions. It is Rodrigo's Regen who still continues to outperform every single other player right here with 27 goals and 4 assists, 31 goal contributions. It was Hazard's Regen with 24 goal contributions, remain in there with 7 and 7, and then 14 assists for Antien Zavilla, which is Dani Ceballos' Regen. That is brilliant stuff. And the depth has always been there. We've always had a deep squad, and now the quality is starting to go up a level. We are raising the bar as more and more players are starting to grow even more, despite our goalkeeper not going up whatsoever, which is a bit worrying, but we'll continue on into Season 6 as him being our number 1. As we simulate into Season 6, I believe that this squad could cause some damage and maybe ruffle a few feathers in European competition. We're going to have to wait and see, but Los Blancos' Regen Revolution is slowly but surely coming together. As our investment in Regen youth talent has come to a slow and steady halt, it is the opposite in terms of our La Liga progress. We have finished in a career-high 3rd position, nearly up there competing with the big boys. And just like that, we've qualified for the Champions League for the first time. It's taken 6 years, but boy, what a journey it's been. We ended up taking a semi-final loss in the Supercopa de España with a 2-1 loss to Barcelona. And we couldn't defend our Copa del Rey title as we took elimination in the quarterfinals through our Sociedad 2-1. It is Rodrigo's Regen yet again with 33 goals and 6 assists. Definitely the MVP of this season. Then we have have the second coming of Eden Hazard with 28 goals and 7 assists. It is Sergio Atienza Villa, who is probably one of the most surprise packages out of this regen squad. It is Dani Ceballos' reincarnation with 16 goals and 13 assists, 29 goal contributions from him. The Benzema regen doing, mediocre, I guess. You expect a bit more from him. And then Bacalor's our fan favorite, the captain of this team, who leads them out, 7 goals and 16 assists from the middle of the park. German metronome followed by Robbie Jeffries, 6 goals and 4 assists for him. Lalic also had a up and down season in there with 4 goals and 5. So it's a Champions League debut for the Real Madrid Regens next season. What can they showcase to the world? Can they prove that they are the real deal and that this new era is going to lead to bigger and better heights? We're going to have to find out. Well, it completely evaded my mind, but we did end up going out and taking over La Liga. We win the title there with 99 points, beating up Barcelona and Atletico Madrid. That is 2 trophy objectives ticked off. We did win the Copa del Rey in an El Clasico a few seasons ago, and now we take out the league there. Absolutely brilliant season from the lads. In the Supercopa de España, we did end up losing the final 3-0 to Barcelona, but hey, we didn't need to win another Spanish Cup, so that was pretty irrelevant, I guess, at the end of the day. And in the Copa del Rey, doesn't look like we made it far. We lost to Cadiz 5-4 on penalties. After we took over all of Spain, we were picture perfect domestically. It was time to shift our focus on towards continental competition, and there we go. In Group H of the Champions League, we finished on top. We took down Inter 2-0 on aggregate, and then we moved over to Liverpool and we defeated them 4-2. In the semi-finals, we eliminated Ajax. They made it all the way to the semis somehow, like they did last year in real life. Barcelona took out Man City as well, 4-3 in the final. It is an El Clasico Champions League. This could not have gone down any better. I didn't even envision this at the start of this rebuild, and somehow the first team we ever debuted this series with is coming up against the second team that is also getting the regen rebuild treatment. What a blockbuster we have in store for us tonight. Well, we're going to take one last look at our regen heroes here at Real Madrid. They've done the Bernabeu proud, and these are your Champions League heroes. It was the Rodrigo regen that definitely stole all the limelight. He was the best player by far. Growing by a +3 this season, he managed to bag 31 goals and 1 assist on the right wing. And then Babacar Omiyonga with 29 goals and 11 assists. It is Atienza Villa, who I said has been a surprise package throughout this entire regen rebuild. The Ceballos regen, just 24 goals and 13 assists. Outstanding numbers from him. Benzema's second coming also gotten 15 goals and 7 assists to his name. And it was Darko Lajic in the end, our most improved. I didn't expect all too much from him considering his slow start and the competition he had ahead of him, but he has just shot out the gates. The Serbian hitman is looking rather dangerous. We do have Vinicius Jr.'s regen, 9 goals for him, and Bacalor's the captain, the German midfield powerhouse with 22 assists, our leading assister, and we also have 7 goals for him as well. Oh, bad news though. Vedran Maya, the Modric regen, suspended for the Champions League final. That's heartbreaking. As our look for a midfield replacement continues, we'll take a look at Richie Nosslinger, and 58 appearances. He managed to pick up 25 clean sheets, and this is how we'll be lining up to face Barcelona in the Champions League final. We have produced some elite ballers right here. The Regens have literally reached the peak of their powers, and now it is time to show what they're made of. Let's take on the Blaugrana. It's an El Clasico Champions League final. Let's get into it. Okay, how has this happened? How have we done this again? We had a Manchester United career mode save. We had a Champions League final at Old Trafford, and now we have a Champions League final with Real Madrid at the Bernabeu. You cannot make this up. I don't know how it comes up with this. I don't know why we're hosting the Champions League final. We managed to get in the final. I'm just going to leave UEFA to do their thing. We are not intervening whatsoever. We did not customize a single one of the regens for tonight or throughout this rebuild, so they're going to be around the classic black and white tuck shirts. Editing players is just so tedious on FIFA 20, and I'm not going to get involved in that just for one game. You know what? We're going to prove to the world that you don't need untucked shirts. You don't need the brightest, flashiest boosts to compete. Just the black and white default EA boots. That is all you need to be at the top of your game. Right, here we go then. Nerves aside, Barca will kick us off as the Regen Rebuild Champions League final commences. We have got an epic task on our hands. Even though our squad is so highly rated, they're still very inexperienced. Like, they're still like 22, 23 years of age. Now our 3-man backline will be tested. We have Bacalors. Bacalors can't get through. He is fouled in the process, but we'll take full advantage. It is Benzema's regen through on goal. How's he not put that in the back of the net? Our number 9 has squandered his chance, and he's fluffed his lines to put us into the lead. Romane over to Bacalaurs. Atienza Villa, Ceballos' regen slips it through to Eden Hazard. The second coming, and the Belgian gets taken down in the box. How is that not a foul? A penalty, ref. Ousmane Dembele, big interception from Borges. Now De Oliveira, who only has 1-star skill move, so I'm not sure what we could pull off with him tonight, just to utilize his pace. Omengia puts him through, and now the Brazilian slots it into the middle as well. Lenglet covers that, and our 3-man backline is looking shaky at times. Over to Dembele again, and the Frenchman just roaming through freely. He cuts back inside. Frenkie de Jong back into Dembele. What a save from Noslinger. It's the first time he got caught into action, and he made a crucial little intervention there. And Barcelona still on the case. De Jong back inside. We need that block, and it's Lima to get clear. Barcelona continuing to attack. They've seen one opening, and now they cannot stop Jonathan David. I'm trying to select the right player, and the Canadian has had his first attempt on goal. He has slotted that straight into the back of the net, and Barcelona take the lead. After all that pressure we had on Barca, they suppressed us, and now they ventured forward and slotted it easily past the Belgian. We couldn't handle the Barca attack, to be fair, and the Canadian breaks the deadlock 5 minutes from halftime. Right, it is halftime. We're 1-0 down. It'd be a travesty if we lose the final at our own pitch to Barca. That would be the ultimate humiliation. Nevertheless, there's a second 45 to decide things, and we really need to start turning up. Villa back inside. Bacalaurs finds Romane. And now Omienga can put through Bacalaurs. Bacalaurs has a strike, and we test it to Stegen, his fellow countryman in goal. Pass it outside to the box. Villa, he could have a nice little finesse shot on. It is a bit of deflection, and Romane, that's a poor shot. No, it's a centre back. Come on, we just need the equaliser. Bacalaurs, big header. Villa now could find it through to Omienga, who absolutely fools Gomez. Now 1-on-1. Our player nearly got in the way, but there we go. It was a piece of individual brilliance from the Belgian, and it's Eden Hazard's second coming. And there we go, the brand new number 7 who's been dominating at the Bernabeu for years now. And his regen has showed who's boss. It's taken a while for us to show up, but here we are. And that little skill move, the ball roll fake shot, it was kind of a hybrid of both skill moves. And then the anxiety. Why did that player have to run right where our shot was going to land? Look at that perfect jump over the ball as well. If he blocked that shot, I would have been fuming. But Mr. Regen, he's loving what he's seeing in this second half. It's game on, baby. This El Clasico is only just heating up. Back over to Bacalaurs. Bacalaurs, he can put him through again. Omienga again here with Gomez, makes him a fool. And now Bacalaurs, get the header, son. No, he gets taken out in the box. It's chaos unfolding. Not that impactful throughout this match. Over to Romane, though. Romane will have a strike, and that was just selfish from him. He's been a really strong presence for us, and Villa finds it through to Romane. He's trying to shift his body over to the right-hand side, and Stegen just plucks it out of the air with ease. It will be Ljajic coming on the Jovic regen for De Oliveira, who's pretty useless in game considering his 1-star skill moves. He is a right winger, so here we go. Another dangerous ball inside, another header, and another little deflection. It's all bouncing, bobbling around in the box. Back over to Omienga, our goal scorer. Can he get the double? Can he get the second to put us into the lead? The Belgian now takes it around the whole entire defense, and he's actually skied it from that position. How's he done that? Tony Cruz's regen attempting to create something here as Villa will try and find him. Bacalaurs unleashed. Bacalaurs unleashed again, and that'll be a penalty for Gomez. How is that going to be a penalty in the 86th minute? We might have the chance to win the El Clasico, the Champions League final, and is that a what even happened? I'm not all too sure. Is it a free kick? Is it a penalty? I don't even know what is going on. Kangin Lee is coming on for Frenkie de Jong. We're going to find out exactly what has happened. It's a penalty. Well, the captain, Bacalaurs, has 90 penalties. He did win it. So we're going to give it to our number 8, the Tony Cruz regen. Can he do it to win his side the Champions League final? He'll put it to the left, and he just gets it past his fellow countryman in net. And Marc-Andre ter Stegen didn't have a chance to get that against that one. The power, the placement, the finish, to remain cool, calm, and collected under pressure in the big moment. That's why he's the captain. That's why he's a cult hero. He's a fan favorite, and he's pulled through in this Champions League final. The left foot finish, the black and white boots, the technique, the power, and that is just picture perfect stuff. Heartbreaking stuff for the Catalan Giants, but Justin Bacalors and the German has gotten us maybe our Champions League winning spot kick. Now, we're just going to play with it, see what we could conjure up. Lai's strong goal. It is 4 minutes of added time, all done and dusted, but the brand new substitute, the Luka Jovic regen, tries to go on through, and that is that. The referee has ended it there. Barcelona are going to contest the case all night long. It will be Gomez to plead his innocence, but that is that. The referee called the penalty, and that decided the match at the end of the day. The Regens pull through, and it's another major success story in a Regens Only Rebuild challenge. What a night it has been. We managed to come back from behind, 1-0 down to make it 2-1. Thanks to the captain, we managed to get our hands on that major European trophy in order to complete the challenge, and at our home ground as well. It just puts the icing on top of that cake. Real Madrid add to their European trophy collection, and it will be the German captain to lift up the trophy. If you guys did go on to enjoy, make sure to slap that like button down below, hit subscribe, turn on those notifications for more FIFA 20 content coming towards the channel. Follow me on Twitter, the link is in the description. Also, make sure to comment down below what are the rules and improvements we need to update and improve, and what is the next team that should undergo a Regens Only Rebuild challenge. Let me know down in the comments. As always, I've been your boy BCHD, and I'll catch you all in the very next Regen Rebuild. I'll leave you with the Real Madrid celebrations.